Hello everyone, it's Laura here, and today we're going to do another episode of this Flying Cat from Tomislav Tomic's Villain Song. Today I already have Miss Abby here. She's in my arms and very rambunctious, so I'm sure that you guys will see her at some point today. So I'm a little bit early. I just wanted to make sure everything's working properly. We had some technical difficulties last stream. Hi, Kenny. Hello. All right, welcome. Good morning. How did you sleep, Kenny? Yeah, Abby. All right. Abby is already, okay, no problem. All right, so let's see here. I'm gonna just start kind of getting a sense of what colors we want and we can get on going. Right now I have my Prismacolor pencils, but I also have my Tombos to the side in case I want to add a little marker. What do you think, Ab? You want to go with our favorite? Our little guy? I think definitely this guy. And we'll want some lighter colors. Let's see. Oh, good, Kenny. Oh, that's excellent. Which color do we want, Abby? Let's get a scrap. As you guys know me, my scrap paper. Okay. So let's see here. I think that'll be nice for the shadows, but let's also get... Hi! Oh, thank you, Abby. Let's also get a darker color. That'll be nice too, I think. What do you think, Ab? Okay. And then, so what we're doing today is the foreground mostly, but we might jump around if there's something that needs help in the background, or, you know, basically at this point we're at will. It's just shading and pulling this piece all together. Kind of want some greens for shadows too. So what I like to do when I'm picking colors is I look at what's already there, and for the shadows on the foreground figures or elements, I like to put the color of the background into the shadows. So whatever the color is the most dominant in the background. Oh, okay. All right. You want to go to the window seat? That's what I tend to put in the shadows of the background. I mean, of the foreground. Yeah, I like that. And let's pick maybe something like this for highlights. You felt like a new person. Yeah, Abby is very, okay, so she ate a good deal of her breakfast this morning, which is good. She's been having trouble eating and digesting, so having her have her full breakfast was nice, or most of it. But she has a lot of energy right now. Sort of like you, Kenny. She feels like a new person, I guess, because she was rambunctious and playful one minute and snuggly and very almost needy the next second. So so we'll see how many times she jumps on camera, but right now she's back at her food bowl eating, so I'm just guessing she's adding fuel to that fire. I'm glad she's feeling better. It's nice to see. Okay, I've pulled a general selection of colors. I think I want to add a couple more. I may or may not use all of these, but it's nice to kind of get a sense before you start of what you're kind of working with, what you're looking for. Let's see, I kind of do want to get a darker orangier color, but maybe it's this one. Yeah. Okay, so I have a selection of colors. Let's see what we can come up with this set. I'll just leave my thingy over there, and let's zoom in a little so that we can get going. Hi Cindy, hello. You're new here, welcome. We all love to color and draw here, so you're in good company. Hi Nick and Tina. All right. Okay, let me zoom in and we'll get going. Let's see here. And let's see if I can focus this thing. Well, that's not helping. There we go. Alright. Guess that's as good as it gets. I feel like it's not focused though. I guess it is. Okay. Alright. Let's see, where are we gonna start? Let's start with the tail area. Alright. Hi Jody. Hello. Welcome. Good morning. No problem. Lurk away, honey. Hi Katrina. Good morning. Hello everybody. Alright. Hi Daria. No problem. Hi Azealie. Okay, we've got a nice group here today. Thank you all for joining me. Alright, so we have the background mostly done, and we have the frame mostly done. It's not to say we're not going to add more. Now, I was supposed to do some homework and do more of the frame. I did not do that. It has been a busy week. So hopefully I will be able to get to that this week. But I thought it would be fine. We can just keep going. So let's start first. Let's start with this branch that he's standing on. We're going to put some shadows on there and make him feel like he's really standing on that branch. So I'm going to start out first with, let's see if I can get this to focus. That'll be fun. We're going to start with, oh, hello, PC 946. Yeah, it's not going to focus. It's a dark brown. It's in the Prismacolor set. Here, I'll just do that. It's so hard to get this camera to focus for me. I don't know why. I'll have to read into that more. Hi Katrina. Hi Alicia. I think I got everybody. Hello, welcome. Okay, so when I start doing a drop shadow, I always consider where the light source is coming from. So our light source is coming from top down, but with a slight angle to this direction, I guess. So what I'd like to do is when I'm thinking about the object and how I'm going to light it, I think about, okay, the light is falling in this direction, right? So when you're looking at your subject, you go, okay, well, if it's coming from this direction, then we're going to have shadows that come off here, and you can just do little, before you go all crazy, you can just do little marks for yourself. Okay, it's going to touch on this area here, and because his body is blocking the light from reaching this branch, all of this branch here, from right here all the way through is going to be in the darkness. And also we're going to have some darkness under this tail here. So I know you probably can't even see this, but I'm just making marks so that I can see where I'm going to kind of put this shadow under this tail. Oh, hello, Em. Alright. I'm right in the process of rearranging my studio. So Miss Abby is also kind of exploring a lot of that. Oh, wonderful. All right. That's great. Okay, so I'm going to just start, and I'll start over here with the tail. The reason why I start in the corner or away from the face is I like to sort of establish where I'm going with things. And then as we progress, we can work up to the focal area in the sunlight. So let's just start. This part of the tail feels like it's almost touching the trunk of this tree, or the branch, I guess. So it's going to be the tightest and closest to the tail there. Now, as shadows work, as you get further away from the object that's being, that the shadow is being cast upon, it kind of curves away. So what I mean by that is it's going to be further away from the object that's blocking the light, and it's less dark, more diffuse, and this just works so well to create a sense of depth. Now I'm also going to be doing shadows on this vine, so since I'm in the neighborhood, I'm just going to do that. Let's see, can you guys see this okay? Let's move it up a little. Let's not go off camera already. It's too early for that. Alright, that's good. So we're going to create a cast shadow all around. Now this is also the time to fix any mistakes that we made with the markers. That's what's great about using pencil over marker, is it allows a lot of control, but it still speeds up the process. So there's no reason to worry about if you have some mistakes with your marker. So I hope everybody's doing well today. I've been very busy this past week, but I hope this upcoming week we have a little time for another stream. I have so many ideas. It's like not enough time in the day to get it all done, but yeah, we'll see what I can pull off. Okay. So you see, sometimes the shadow isn't even touching the object that's casting the shadow. It's because it's pulled further away from the surface that has the shadow on it, if that makes sense. And please, guys, if you have any questions, don't ever hesitate to ask. Okay, so what we're doing, I consider roughing in the shadows. Let's put some shadows back here just to kind of fix that marker work that looks a little too streaky for my taste. And we're going to follow that on through to make it look consistent. Alright. Hi Melody, welcome. Hi Emily, hello, hello, and Nana Mo and Raquel. Alright, everybody's coming. Everybody's here. Welcome guys, I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Okay, so now we have the kitty paw. Let's just go right here real quick. In this corner of the tree trunk, we're going to have a little darkness, almost like the crease of your elbow, you know, it's a little darker there. It's a party. Yeah, you got it. Oh, Santa's unwell today. Oh, man. You guys are funny. Alright, so we've got another vine here. Alright, so now that we've surrounded the whole area, now we have a really good sense of where these shadows are going. So this foot here is going to cast a shadow for sure, because it's on that branch. Pardon the doggy barking outside. Abby is vigilantly watching him, making sure he doesn't get out of line. Right, Abby? She's sitting in front of the window watching him. Okay. So you got... Alright, so I'm not going to go too crazy with all these shadows, because we're actually going to go over them with another color in just a bit. But just roughing them in and getting a sense of where they go, that's what we're after here. So on this big branch, the underside will definitely be darker than the top side. Okay, now this foot here, we've already started that shadow and marker, but let's just keep on going. So it's going to be cast back and down. Now this is a curved surface. The curvature of the tree is going to create some different effects than a flat surface would. So that's why I'm bringing it down slightly and at a curve. See that? It's not a straight line. So even though the object that's casting the shadow is straight, and you see how as I pull away, I'm lightening up my touch. Okay, so we're going to follow that through. Now this foot right here, right below, kind of bends up. You see where the leg moves up. So now I'm going to do this area of the tree in shadow. And it doesn't have to be precise. That's what's great, is as long as it's an approximate. Now this part of the leg is going to cast a shadow in front of that foot, but it's going to be fainter than the shadow in front of the foot. Like that. So we're going to firm up that in a bit, but that's already starting to look better. Let's just quick rough in some shadows here. Now this is almost directly overhead the light source at this area of the tree, so the contrast is going to be higher. So you see this light area of the branch. Alright. And now we've got this paw and his whole body going over the branch. So let's start with this paw. Oh, hello. Hi, Cindy. I think I said hello. Alright, thanks, Kenny. Alright, if you guys have any questions for me, don't forget to put them in all caps. Let's move the book a little so that way we're in camera still, because that would be good. There we go. Alright. There must be a squirrel teasing that doggy out there. So underneath this paw, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just hug tight to that. And now as we move away from the paw, just sort of fade away. Soften the touch. Now we're moving along the top of the branch, which you'd think would be in the light, but because the cat's body is over the branch, it's in shadow. So in this particular situation, we're shading the top of the branch. You see how I've softened it out? It's not as dark as over here. Alright, now we're moving into the darkness out of the light source here. I'm just doing the same thing, just softly creating some shadows. Now we're going to go back in. Okay, so that gives us a kind of a roadmap as to where those go. Let me sharpen my pencil for this little area, and we'll get going on the rest of that tree trunk. I like to keep it consistent, so let's go ahead and do the whole trunk with different shadows. Good morning, Joanna. Hello, welcome. Okay, so we're still using the same color, 946, but now we have these tiny little sections. So let's just put some shadows in there and soften it all out. I'm fixing any of the marker work that I don't like. So messy marker is no problem. But it does really help. The marker gives us like a cue as to what we're looking at, so we can focus now on the shadows and not on what's what. So that's another reason I love it, in particular in Tomislav's books, is because they have so much detail and so many different little spots. So you can get easily confused if you're not paying attention. Or at least I can. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to leave the texture alone for now. We're going to do more work on that later. But let's go over, let's just be consistent and work on the same task all at once. Let's see here. We can still get him all in frame, but just lower. There we go. That'll do. Okay. Alright, so we've got these little vines over here. Let's do those. Let me throw an extender on this thing. When you find your hand is getting cramped up, that's when you put an extender on. It doesn't have to be super tiny, but now I'm much more comfortable holding it back the way I like to. Alright, so I'm just using the same techniques as before, just applying it to this plant now instead of the tiger, or cat. I keep saying tiger, but it is not a tiger because it has crazy wings and like an ocelot's type ear. I don't know what it is. It's a kitty cat. If anybody has names for our tiger, they can go ahead and shout them out. We can try and name this little guy. Alright. Okay, all these little branches and stuff actually I'm gonna leave go for right now. Let's focus on the big sections. Oh, what happened? Your poor pup was traumatized. I think I missed something. Hi, Selena. Hi, Shannon. I missed you. I'm sorry. Hello, hello. All right. So let's go over here. Let's just finish out the general darks and lights for this spot here. So we have that little branch there. Okay, now that we have sort of our base shadows established, let's go and let's do that to the tiger as well. Or not tiger, I keep saying tiger. Our cat. So with this cat, the thing to keep in mind again is our light source. Right now we've colored it a very flat way with the marker. Now this is the time where we're going to add depth and dimension to our kitty cat. For this I'm going to use the same color, and the reason why is even though he's a lighter color, we're going to use a lighter touch and layer a couple of different layers. So we're going to go really lightly at first, establish where things go, and then we'll go in and deepen it up and richen it up. Oh, he was chased by an angry squirrel. Poor little guy. Oh, hi, Dusty. Oh my goodness. I'm picturing a dog being chased by a squirrel. I hope it's not a large dog. That's kind of comical. Is it a little doggy? Emily, we should name the squirrel. Yeah, of course you're laughing about it today. Sure. Yeah, nobody got hurt, right? The squirrel didn't bite anybody. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we'll start at the back, just because again, you know, if you're not sure what you're doing and you kind of want to just get a sense of where the shadows go, starting away from the focal point is a really great way to build your confidence without worrying about messing up as much. If we mess up this back paw, it's not going to be as bad as if we mess up his face. So that's sort of my logic there, and that's why I do that. So since the light is coming from the top down with a slight angle, what we're going to do is we'll start here with this back leg. And this back leg here will definitely be in shadow. In fact, I think this entire leg will be mostly in shadow, but we're going to start really light touch. You don't need to press really hard. This is a really dark color. This is going to tone down that orange that we put down with the marker and just give us really nice base. Now, for the white parts of his paw, I'm going to leave that go for now. We're going to use a different color. So it might look a little funny at first, but you'll see what I'm up to. So this is just trying to establish the general idea. So this little corner is going to be darker. Again, I'm not going for the full strength of the shadow, but just kind of darkening it a little bit gives me a hint later on when I'm doing my thing. Okay. And now I'm lightening up the touch as we go, because even though it's still under his body, there's a lot of ambient light coming from the underbelly of the kitty cat. White or light colors do reflect light. So we're going to be slightly lighter over there. This is also a pretty light spot because it's the top of the paw, but right under here will be a little darker because he's getting some shadow cast by that leg. Alright, so I'm going to leave it like that for now. We've got a good sense. We've got this tail here. Let's just do that really quickly. So there's like a little ruffle there. We'll just put a little shadow. And then I'm going on the back side of the tail first. Again, light touch, just establishing where these shadows go. As the tail goes farther away from the light source, it's going to get darker, so I'm going to use more of this on. Up here, I just used it on the very edge, Now you see I'm kind of loosening it up and putting it more proportionally all over. Let's just solidify some of that drop shadow under him. Okay, this is a fun spot. Let's see if you guys can see. Nope, you can't. Nanimo. Davon, that's a cool name. Let's write that down. Any other contenders? Anybody else wanna? We'll vote at the end of the stream on his name. How's that? You guys know I love doing votes. So I wrote down Davon. Is that how you say it? Okay. So now we're just doing the general. I'm not going to get too fussy here with this. We're just doing a general idea. I might actually go in here again with some markers. That's why I did pull my markers back out. Because some things are just easier with a marker. Okay, so I'm mostly focusing on the ones that cross over, putting shadows on them. Let's see, it's kind of, this one's kind of tricky. Hope you guys can see this okay. You could name him Kanapoli. It means guardian in Ugandan. Oh, that's a cool name. Okay, wait. I will write that one down. Kanapoli. I'm just trying to make sure I spell this right. Yeah. Oh, cool. Name, Meow Meow. Leave it to Emily for the comedic. Good one then. Tony the Tiger. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do any licensed character names just to stay kosher with the trademark laws. Okay. I said it right. All right, good. All right, back to the little shadows. So yeah, I have an idea for this tail bit, so I'm not going to go crazy on the shadows here because we might revisit this area and do a lot more work to that. So let's keep moving. For right now, we're just trying to get a handle on where everything is going. So there's no way I'm going to be able to finish today, but let's see how far we can get. I tried. Okay, no problem, Kenny. I hope it gets sorted out for you. Fred the Tiger? Yeah, Fred's alright. I mean, he's not a tiger, so I'm just going to name him Fred. if that one gets chosen. So if you guys have other ideas, I'm putting them on a little scrap, and we'll vote at the end of the stream today on what his name is. So that way we can call him by a name instead of calling him a tiger, which he's not a tiger. I keep saying that, but I need to stop. Because I've not met any tiger with wings. And he's got this crazy tail and these funny pointy ears, which tigers have rounded ears. So So there's going to definitely be a shadow there in front of that leg, and this leg is going to get some shadow too, so let's just throw that in. Again, not being super fussy right now, we're just putting down a general idea. We'll sort out exactly the right color later. So shadow placement is, I think, the key there. Once you get an idea of where it should go, it becomes a whole lot easier. I think the bottom of this leg is going to be darker. So I just revisited that leg. Okay, so they've got a lot of muscles in their legs, so let's try and see if we can kind of get a sense of that. Doesn't have to be precise, he's got fur too, so but let's see here. There's going to be like a muscle group going right there, so let's create a highlight by going around it. And I think there's going to be something there. Let's see. I'm just trying to, if I'm not sure, I kind of just like draw in the air around it. Yeah, I think all this will be in shadow. Yep. Okay. So we're getting a sense of it. Now, this wing is casting a whole lot of shadows here, so I think his whole back is going to be in shadow, but let's start with the wing base and just kind of work our way back. Yeah, because if you look here, the wing is going to cast a shadow across his whole back, so let's just do that. I hope I'm explaining this well, but if you guys have any questions, just put them in all caps. Or if you're watching this back, just put a comment below. I'm always happy to help and answer questions. Okay. So you can see he's got this nice cast shadow now on his back. Now that wouldn't be there if the wings weren't there. If this were just a regular kitty cat, not a fantastical flying kitty cat. Check the chat. Any more names on the menu? Let's see. I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of, Joanna. Daria. Oh my. Faceplant. Zeke. Alright, that's a good one. I like these short, strong names are fun. But I don't know, there's something really comical about meow meow that just gets me, so we'll see. But it's up to you guys what we end up doing. Let's see. Oh, sure. No problem, Joanna. So this book is Villain Son. This is by our very talented illustrator friend, Tomislav Tomic. He's a very nice fellow, very shy though. And yeah, he does beautiful work. So I've done several other of his illustrations already. I'm just such a fan of all the detail. So if you love detailed books and you love fantasy books, then it's highly recommended. Okay. You got it. Okay, so now we're gonna go right behind his other paw there. That's gonna cast a shadow. Or leg, not paw. This is not a paw. This is definitely a leg. Jeez. My bad. Okay. And so this wing will actually cast more of a shadow. So you see why I'm doing this. I revise my own shapes quite often until I get sort of a good idea of where we're going with it, and then we deepen it up. It's a lot easier to erase or adjust pencil marks when you're doing it this way than if you were to go in full force right from the get-go. So we're just lightly blocking things in. It makes it a whole lot less scary too. So if you're scared of doing cast shadows like this and you know, you're not sure how to do it, I recommend just giving this method a go. Okay, so this, even though it's in the light, it's kind of curving away from the light right in this little corner. So let's put a little shadow there. And this shoulder is going to need some contrast, so let's do that. And then of course the base of his neck is going to be in shadow. And let's see here, yeah, these wings are creating all kinds of things going on here. I haven't done the wings yet. We're just focusing on the body first. Okay, these ears need a shadow. Now this is in the sunlight. You can see because I lightened up the base marker colors. But it still gets some shadows. Okay, I'm gonna worry about the face later. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that. I should do it now. And you see I've got some funny marker bits where I may have messed up. That's okay. We're gonna work on that right now. So let's just go around that marker bit. Okay, and this area here is going to be a little darker, right near the eyes. It's like a little. I should actually read the chat. Hi, Joey. Hello. All right. Got me back, huh, Kenny? All right. That's great. Joanna, I don't know. I don't drink coffee. I know. Right? I should have some water though. Oh, you guys are making me laugh. Blaze, that's a nice name too. Okay. Because he's kind of fiery colored. Blaze. Alright, thanks, Joey. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Alright. So let's see here. Okay, now we've got sort of a semblance of where the shadows are going. Now let me switch to, let's see here, a color I haven't pulled, of course. Kind of want something, like more gray. Maybe this color, gray-green. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Let's pull that and let's see another dark gray. Maybe this one? Oh, that's not gray, that's blue. My bad. Where did I put? Oh, here's a bunch of grays over here in the corner. That's what I was looking for. Let's see, warm gray or cool gray? The picture is very warm, so I'll go with warm gray. What about this one? It's a little dark. Let's see, maybe this guy? Looks like the same color. Maybe a different one. How about this one? Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I'm just trying to sort out what color I'm looking for. Let's put those over there. Lucifer, another name. All right, we're running out of room. Let's add it on. You guys are full of ideas today. Let's see, the book I'm reading is called Renegades, so I thought that would fit for the kitty too, yeah. He could be a renegade for sure. Oh, Lucifer. Oh, you don't want to name the cat Lucifer. I got it. That's the devil squirrel name, huh? That's funny. You guys, alright, so I'll cross that off. Oh, you can't hear me. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh yeah, my camera's slightly further away right now. How is that? Is that better? Can you hear me more? Sorry. Let me know if that's better. Are we good? You had to turn my volume up. Yeah, I have the camera a little bit in a different spot, so it could be a little off from what my normal streams are. Sorry about that, guys. I've just been playing around with my setup and trying to see what's most comfortable. So we were using 946. Now I'm going to switch over to 30% warm gray, which is 1052. This color, I don't use it often, but it's a perfect color for this particular page because we want a gray that has some warm tones in it because the background has this warm green color. And later on when we put green layers over top, we're going to want this gray to kind of work well, play nice together. Is that better? Okay, good. All right. Yeah, angelic, yeah, because he has wings. That's exactly my thought too. It's very like angel wings. So let's just let's work in the white fur spots. So I'm just going to create more shadow. And kind of soften up what we put down already. Now I think we used a cool gray for the marker, which is fine. But now I want to warm that up and make it feel more like it's part of the environment. And I color portraits so often that this is so different and fun. I'm really enjoying it. Something a little different. And that's why I like to have you guys vote on things, because you guys pick things that I never would pick for myself, but I always end up having fun. So, alright. So we've got this whole underbelly area is going to be all in shadow, but I do want, so this spot will be darker. I do want there to be some texture because it looks like the fur is longer here. So I'm going to start flicking. So I just start from the darkest spots, which would be the bottom of the fur, and I'm just flicking up, lifting up my pencil as I go. Now kind of flicking the other way because we've got some shadow being cast by that. So we're leaving some of the white, but really very little of that page is the plain paper is showing through anymore. But we're creating a lot of texture when we do this motion. Okay, we've got some white there on his elbow. And let's see here. We'll do the same kind of dealio for this part of his belly, neck kind of area. Okay, and these little fuzzy whiskers are so cool. Guys, we're getting there. He's starting to look less flat already, but we're not even near close to done, so yeah, we're gonna need a couple more sessions at least to this bad boy. Maybe I'll go a little over our time today. Okay. So that already is looking better. So let's do the wings now, and I'm switching back to 946, our dark brown. Let's move this down. Let's see. You're so getting this book. Awesome, Joanna. Yeah, I love it. And yeah, I think there, let me check actually. I think there is a link in the description. How do I, oh, I can't, goodness, I don't know how to edit it. Alright, well, I can just go and, let's see, I believe it's the cheapest here. Let's see. Oh, there's a bunch of listings. I got it on Etsy. So it looks as though there are several different listings. It's a lot, it's different than when I bought the book. So I actually paid more. I paid more for this book, but it is worth every penny. This is going to provide me with so many hours of fun and joy that I don't mind. I'm not bitter. So yeah, I would look on Etsy for this book. I don't know if you can even get it on Amazon, but yeah. Oh, take care, Cindy. I hope you have a great day. Awesome, Kenny. I'm glad you like this page. Yeah, me too. And if you guys are really into Tomislav, we can do another in his books. We can even switch to Zemlosnova. I have that book as well. I actually have multiple copies of each of his books, so you could call me a fan for sure. Let's see here. So we have maybe, I don't know, maybe for like 5,000 subs or something, I should do like a giveaway of one of his books, because I do have more than, I think I have 3 or 4 copies of Zemla, and I know I have at least 2 of Villain San, so maybe I should give one of them away to you guys. That would be cool. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, like, what you guys would like to see for a giveaway. I kind of want to do a giveaway at 5,000, because I feel like that's kind of crazy that I'm approaching that at some point. I didn't think my YouTube channel would get this big, so thank you all so much for subscribing and all of your likes and comments and stuff. I'm always blown away. Like, the numbers don't really matter, but at the same time, it does kind of like surprise me that so many people follow the channel. So, but I've always just done this because a couple of friends on Instagram asked for help, and that's kind of how it all got started. So, and you know, when you start a YouTube channel and you have severe anxiety and stage fright, and you never think you're going to get more than like 10 people watching your videos, it's always a shock. But yeah, you guys are cool. Let's see. You know, Joanna, I'm not really a flip through channel, but I can do a flip through if you'd like at the end of this video. I can get a clean copy and not one that's been colored in, because I have several other pages done in this book. Oh, dogs and hubby snort all night. Oh my. We were talking about snoring in Jen reading with Pugs' channel, because her dog was snoring so much. It was so cute though. Frank, I think his name is. Yay. Yeah, Kenny, I'm so happy for you, and your hubby is there now. That's great. Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to see my sister for Christmas, but I'm thinking about video chatting her, because I think that would be really nice. She has made plans, though, to come and visit back next summer. I can tell she's a little homesick, because she booked that trip for next summer, like during the Thanksgiving holiday, and I was like, aw, I do miss my little sis. But she's doing really well though. She's settling in. She's got a new little kitty cat friend who she rescued. They were going to actually release it back into the wild, and it was a stray cat, so they're like totally snuggle buddies now. They're so cute. And so she's doing really well down there, but I admit I miss her. My sister and I have been close pretty much our entire lives, so it's kind of weird not having her around, but yeah, but it's tough when your loved ones aren't with you. But I text her almost every day. We chat, and you know, we do phone calls and stuff. But I thought a video chat, since we can't be together, we can open presents, because, you know, we send her stuff. I'm not going to say anything more in case she's watching this, but yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited for her to get her box. Always fun to send happy mail, right, guys? Alright, so I'm not going to be fussy with these feathers. Again, just sort of establishing the basic shadows. We're going to get into it in more detail as we go. But you can see how I've missed a lot of spots with the marker. That's okay. We're fixing it. So this whole part of the wing, I think, is going to be in shadow. Then we can add our extra shadows in between each little doodle. Alright, sorry, I'm not looking up a chat. Let me just take a look real quick. Alright. Yeah, video chat is really great. Oh, that's nice, Kenny. Yeah. Yeah, Emmy and I used to hang out every week. We used to get together. She taught me how to do my nails, and we would just hang out and talk about our weeks and spend a good part of the day together. And so that's what I miss the most, is spending time with her. But I find that we talk on the phone more than we ever have, and we text each other a lot, so it's nice. We're still keeping in touch. It's just, it's a transition. It's not easy. Okay, so now this back wing is going to be in the light, but we still have some shadows, especially down here. And let's just put a little bit right back there. Okay. So again, we're just getting a sense, excuse me, we're just getting a sense of where things are going to go. Not being super fussy right now about the details. Let's also, just because now things are standing out to me, let's also do these flowers. They are very flat looking now that we've started putting shadows everywhere else. So I'm just going to bring those up a little bit, do the same thing where we do the base shadows, just like we did with the tree trunk and the cat, and then we can start adding more and more. So for the flowers, since there's a green at the base, I'm going to switch over to a green color that we're probably going to be using a lot in the shadows. This is 1090. This is called Kelp green, and it's a sort of a yellowy green. So let's start over here. Can you guys see okay? Let's zoom in a little too, because this is a tiny little spot. Let's see if I can do this without... Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're just softening what we put down before and adding new ones. And again, not worrying about getting the true depth yet. Let's just find where they go and figure that out. Okay, so let's move on over to this little guy here. Oh, you got into the zone and colored on the advent page. Awesome! Yeah, I've been coloring the advent calendar, so you guys will probably see that on my channel at some point as well. But I've also been coloring that page that I started last Friday. I can show you guys that for sure. I'm right in the middle of one of my advent pages, so I'm not going to show that right at this moment. Yeah, you guys will see all that stuffs. Let's see here. My Kelp green is a nub. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have some pencils that are little tiny, like this guy here. I think I go through so many browns. It's kind of ridiculous. But I have some actually, like my burnt ochre I've replaced now twice in this set. I don't know why. I do use a lot of color, but it seems like I use the brown more than anything else. I guess because I do a lot of portraiture. Where were we? Over here. So yeah, it's so funny. There's definitely colors. And I guess let's chat about that. Excuse me. Let's talk about that in the chat. What's your shortest pencil color? Awesome, Kenny. You plan on catching up? So yeah, at the end of this video, let's do a flip through of this book. And I can also show my page that I started on Friday on the channel. I've been coloring it off camera just when I can in bits and pieces here and there. Like I said, been so busy, but oh, hello Abby. You showing us what color it should be? She just drove by. She's good. She's a ham, man. All right. Okay. Yeah, the ochre. Yeah, my most used color, I've replaced this twice already, is 943. I think I use this probably on every single portrait that I ever do. It doesn't matter the skin tone, I use it on all of them. All the faces. That's great. Okay, so I'm going to do this little flower right here. It's actually quite a large flower. I don't think they're flowers. I think Kenny established already that they're a funny little plant, but you know, whatever. You guys, what's great about coloring books is you can interpret whatever you want. There is no right or wrong. Even if it resembles a plant that's real in life, since this is a fantasy page with a flying cat, we can do whatever we feel like. So don't ever feel like if there's a flower in a book that you need to go look it up and see what the right color is. There's no right color. You do whatever makes your heart happy. I wanted to use similar colors that I've used elsewhere on the page. So that's why I colored it this way. But if you want to color it a different color, you can just follow along with how I shade it and apply your own colors to it. And that goes with the cat too. I'm shading him sort of like a tiger or like a leopard, but you don't have to go that route. You can make him bright purple for all we care, because again, it's a fantasy creature, so you can do whatever you want. So I think that's what's brilliant about fantasy pages in particular is there's really no right way. So I'm just going to show you how I'm doing it, but please do whatever makes you happy. Okay. So now we've kind of sorted out where the basic general shadows are going pretty much everywhere on the page. We still have a lot of leafy bits to do, but I think I'm going to skip that for today because we're already at our time. So I think what I'm going to do, let's do the flip through. Let's zoomy. All right. So let's see if I can get this. And I have several pages which are, okay, so here is the cover. And I'm just going to do a quick flip through. I'm sure that there's other flip throughs of this book out there, but yeah, it's a beautiful book. I really do love it. So it has like this cool inner flappy cover. I wouldn't color that per se because it's shiny, but it's just a really cool design. The cover page. Now this is my most used copy. I do have a spare. Do you guys want me to show you the blank version, or do you mind seeing some of my coloring as well? Oh, your son makes fun of you and does a Bob Ross impression. That's so funny. Yeah, Kenny, all the greens, huh? Oh, isn't that funny, Joanna? Oh, that's a shame. I'm sure so many people would enjoy having his work. But you know, he really did encourage you to make your own versions of the page, or of the painting rather. So let's actually, am I all the way zoomed out? Yes, I am. So yeah, okay, that's okay. I can wiggle the book. The colored version? Okay, that's fine. Alright, so I'm just going to really quick go through and show you guys. I love all the musical instruments in his work are so cool. So there's the swan there. And look at this guy. Aww, reminds me of Buzz. So cute. Alright, we've got this mermaid here. So cool. I pretty much, I don't know a page in here I wouldn't color, so. So this page here, I think is supposed to be part of this page, but I only colored this as a one-page coloring. Yeah. Then we've got, this one would be a great Christmas page. I was thinking about coloring this for my one stream, but I was like, there's no way I'm going to get that done in one day. And then we've got this cool tree house. I want to live here so much. Like I want to live in that room right there with the balcony, so I can paint on the balcony. And he's got like a cool face there, you see it? Okay, this is not a quick flip through after all, huh? The Pegasus page. This I think would also be a cool Christmas page if he colored it with like festive colors, because he's got this like cool trumpet thingy-majiggy. Got some fairies. She's making a list and checking it twice, guys. See if all the mice are naughty or nice. Oh man, I'm rhyming now. Okay, this is a 2-page spread, so you can see there's the fairy and the dragon, and then it goes right on through. And what's cool is he's very clever. Tomislav, you know, if there's a part in the book, he like covers it with a tree branch or something, or a tree trunk, to kind of like help you so you're not coloring small detail into that book. And you can see here it's a stitched binding book, so it's a really beautiful, well-made book. Here's another page that I colored. This was using the same exact method that I'm showing today. I used Tombow markers and Prismacolor pencils on that. So, and then we've got the dragon in the cage. So we've got the free dragon and then the caged dragon. He's getting free though. Maybe this is like the baby version? I don't know. I could make up so many stories about these pages. They're so much fun. I love this page. Again, you can see he's very clever with how he handles the binding of the book. So you don't have a whole lot of detail that you have to work in, maybe just in this section here. But because the book does lay flat, it's not a big deal either way. So I just love it. And then I imagine this would be like golden eggs, but you could color them any color you want. But they kind of remind me of like dragon eggs with how big they are. We've got the berry lady. She's got wings and flying strawberries everywhere. I always wonder with her facial expression what she's looking at, but it's like she's scared of us. Like, we startled her. And then this really cool, he's got a lot of neat birds. You can see the little fairy giving a berry or something. So cool. You can see there's so much detail. Like this page I think is one of my least favorite, only because I'm not good at this filigree work. But yeah. Oh, is my camera going crazy again? It can't handle it. It's just no, I can't even handle it. There we go. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys. I don't even know what to tell you. I just didn't like that page. I've got the sunflower page. And this dragon's really cool. He's got like an apple picking fairy hanging from his neck and another apple basket. Yeah, this is so much detail. So, and then we've got this page here. She's riding him, you see there. And then of course the page we're working on here. Oh no, don't freak out. That's weird. I don't know why my camera does that. I'm gonna have to look that up too. This is one of my favorite spreads. I still haven't done it, but I just love the two opposing pages and the archways. And you can see, even though I used a lot of marker, it hasn't come through on this page. So that's why I like the Tombows over the Copics in books like this, because it doesn't damage the reverse side. So you could color every single page in this book that way if you wanted to. Yeah, love that. It's like a house moving time. Like you're not moving your stuff, you're moving your whole house. Makes it a lot quicker. Just tie everything down before you take off. And then I love these beautiful environmental, I think this is actually part of the same spread because the clouds carry through. So he's like carrying the house to that city. So cool. There's so many stories that just are evoked with this work. Again, the filigree is not, I'm not the best at that, but you know, I don't know, this page is so cool. So, and then we have the last page here with the lady coming home to a viney, overgrown castle. And then we have another cool, oh, okay, the camera doesn't like that. And then the back cover. So I really love this book. It's one of my favorites. I've been coloring in it now for a while. I also have his other book. I don't know if you guys want me to show Villain San. Yeah, a link. Yeah, there's a couple of Etsy listings. Kenny. Yeah, too much detail. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Vivian. The paper is thick drawing paper, I would say. It's not cardstock. It's not smooth. It's got a tooth to it. But it's not thin. It's a very nice weight. I would consider it like a heavyweight 100-pound drawing paper. So it's worth every penny. I love both of his books. Yeah, and then I'll show you guys real quick since we're show and telling. So here's the page I started on Friday. I did some eyebrows and I worked on her hair. So we also had some fun. But I just did this in spots over the weekend. This page is still on discount, so if you're looking to get it, it's not discounted until the 14th. Yeah, Shannon. Yeah, there's several different Etsy listings for the Villain San book. So I would just say go to Etsy and search Villain San, and you will see a bunch of different listings. And they may or may not be in stock, so giving links is maybe problematic. But there's several sellers out there who sell it. And then the other book of his, I'll just show it really quickly. So we also have Zemlya Nova. This was his first book. It's very much the same. I'm not going to flip through it all, but you can see it's the same sort of level of detail. And it's actually a thicker book. So you have more illustrations. But I actually prefer Villain San more than this book, because even though there are more illustrations, there's less illustrations that I think I would color. There's more like birds like this. Which, you know, I don't mind. I'm not saying that they're awful, but I just, you know, I prefer all the fairies and stuff. So, there's a lot more birds in this book, although I do like the ships. But anyway, I just am such a fan. I love this page so much with the sleeping lady. But you guys know I'm really into figures and portraits. So even though there are some of those, this has more animals in it. So if you prefer animals, I think you would like this book more. If you prefer portraits and figures, there are some in here, but I feel like there's many more real portraits in Villain San. Although we do have this spread here. So I started this page. This is a work in progress. And I wanted to do this page for the wintertime, but I haven't even finished the summertime yet. So these pages do take a long time. Long time. You're not going to be bored. This will provide hours and hours of fun for a long, long time. So I just love these books. And I'm not sponsored or paid by Tomislav to do this. It's just my own personal preference. So awesome. I'm glad you guys like it too. Thank you, Nanamo. I love to color. I started coloring before I started making coloring books, and I started painting before I started coloring. So I just love art. I love the collaborative aspect of coloring, and I think that's why I keep coming back to it, even though, you know, I love to draw and I love to paint my own stuff too, but there's something about the dialogue of coloring that you just can't get anywhere else. So All right, guys. Yeah, yeah, everybody's going to have their own preference. So I hope that this kind of gives you a good sense of which book you would want to buy. I can work in Zemla Nova as well. I'm happy to do a page in that, just like we're doing in Villain Son. So if you have the other book, we can do that. But we're going to finish up this guy first before we move on to anything else on our Tuesday streams. All right, guys. So if you don't have any questions, then I'm going to take off. But before I do, you know, I like to give a shout out. So we have in the chat, we've got Kenny, Nana Mo, Dusty, Joanna, Vivian, Shannon. Who else? Who else is here? Yeah, Melanie. Hello, Melanie. Yeah, he does a lot of frames. That's true. Alicia, Raquel. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm sure I have some lurkers too. Thank you all so much for joining. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, magical time coloring. Bye.